Welcome to Raw is Retro on the Sharpshooters Wrestling YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. I am your host, Ross. With me, as ever, is my trusty sidekick, the Jerry Lawler to my Jim Ross, if you will.
You can't even call me a pervert. Are you suggesting I'm a pervert? Because that you'd be correct with that.
Maybe it's perverted, perverted, a little racist, from Memphis, all of that.
Just to point out, I'm not racist, but all the other things he just listed, and apart from being from Memphis, correct.
And joining us to make a threesome this week, our very own Michael Cole. It's Marcus, the grand finale.
How you guys doing? I'm Marcus, the grand finale. I got to do my Michael Cole excited voice from '98. Guys, we have so much to talk about today. Oh my god! We
need to get you a wig with highlights in, some blonde tips.
Yeah.
For next time.
Leave the goatee, just a nice thick goatee.
Which unfortunately in these episodes I see Kevin Kelly's trying to grow a goatee.
Is he? I missed that. I blank his face out.
I didn't pay attention. Kevin. I just rolled my eyes and then he was gone.
No, because what I notice is what he does when he's talking. Do you know when he's waiting for like Steve Austin to arrive in the arena?
Yeah.
He's talking deeply into the camera, but he's staring at it like.
Oof.
I'm waiting for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What a job. What a job. What'd you do for a living? I waited for Stone Cold Steve Austin to show up every single week.
Right, let's get on to this. Let's kick off Raw. In style this week, Vince and the Stooges come down to the ring in their tuxedos. Vince looking very pleased with himself. He's going to be honoured tonight. He's going to be the Humanitarian of the Year award he's going to receive. He's also extended the olive branch to Stone Cold. Stone Cold's going to be on his best behaviour, apparently. Going to come down suited and booted. Maybe. JR's not happy, though. He smells something fishy. Something's not right.
This felt like an old sitcom or a cartoon or something. The way Jim Ross was narrating, like, "Oh, I'm not happy. I don't know what's going to happen here. Check out old Stone Cold. I don't trust it." It reminded me of like the Dukes of Hazzard or something. I don't know.
Boys will be boys.
Those damn Stooges. Our first match of the night is Ken Shamrock, and guess who he is facing? It's one of the members of the Nation of Domination.
Oh my God! Again. Guys, I've been on this show, 3 times? Or, I've done 3, 4, 5, a handful of times. And they've been over the course of, I guess, a year. This has been, every time I've gone on, it's been Ken Shamrock versus the damn member of the Nation of Domination.
Yeah, we're in June now. This is the 8th of June, this recording. And he has fought someone from the Nation every single time we've recorded an episode. Oh, God. He faces Karma this week, who has been called the Godfather of the Nation, which has just come out of nowhere, that. Where's that come from?
Yeah, they're starting to gain personalities now.
Yeah.
They're not just members of the Nation down at Farouk's gone. They've gained some personalities.
Apart from D'Lo. D'Lo's still wearing his Farouk gear, and he's looking like just a little jobber at this minute. He's not got his best yet, which will come by SummerSlam.
Also know D'Lo has his Fat Titantron up there for whatever reason from the old days. He doesn't even have anything current. It's just whatever he was originally in the Nation when Clarence Mason was in the group. And so I'm like, why? Can they update that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, that's quite a while ago now, yeah. I mean, this is your standard Ken Shamrock versus the Nation match. He gets beaten up a little bit. Karma tries to work the ankle. Because he was billed as the ultimate fighting machine, wasn't he? Was he supposed to be a UFC fighter? Is that kind of what the Karma character was?
Yeah, he was the ultimate fighting machine.
Yeah.
Karma... then he just became a pimp out of nowhere.
Just out of nowhere. Hat on, cigar, vest on, that's just completely switched with no sort of backstory to that. But yeah, we know where that heads, and it's quite fun anyway. Yeah. Maybe it's not so fun judging through 2022 eyes, but we'll see kind of how that plays out. Obviously, Ken wins with the ankle lock.
Obviously,
it's just standard Ken versus the Nation match.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Was it less? I thought, I've lowered the standards for these old Raw matches so high. I thought this was actually a solid match. And, I was like, they had a lot of wrestling on this show. That's how low my standards are for these Raw with these 3-minute matches. I was like 3 minutes? I thought it was at least 5.
This was a Divas match in the 2010s era.
Yeah.
Our longest match tonight is 6 minutes long. 7 minutes for the main event. 7-minute main event. But yeah, I mean, after the match, D'Lo comes down, tries to fight with Shamrock, and then Mr. Personality comes down to help Shamrock, Dan Severn.
By Mr. Personality, he's talking about the man, Dan the Beast Severn.
He's awful.
The original Beast Incarnate.
He's
The
so
original
shit.
Beast Incarnate.
He's so bad.
The man built as a giant square. That's what he is. He's just a giant square. That's his body frame. He looks like a Jenga block. That's what he looks like.
He looks like Kanye in that video. You're such a fun. I love it.
They'll be facing off later tonight in their King of the Ring match. But yeah, I mean, Ross and Cole are well hyped for Severn and Shamrock. Like, do we really want to see this? Does anyone want to see this match? I don't really want to see those two fight.
Well,
kind of do.
This is a dream match. These are two true shoot fighters, as Jim Ross said, and they have no blood loss with each other. Or whatever, something like that.
And then think in Saudi, was it in Saudi Arabia when we did it again with Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar?
We cut to the first of many awful DX segments of the evening. Triple H being incredibly racist.
These were racist towards Pakistani
really
people.
racist.
So racist.
To me, this is worse than the blackface segment. This was just the
blackface segment is terrible and it should be removed from the thing, but so should this.
This is just flat out racism by Triple H. Somehow. Yeah, I mean, rough. Getting women to show their boobs in corners seems really sketchy as well. Like surrounding a woman and just show your tits. Oh, God.
While we have a camera.
Yeah. It made my skin crawl. It really did.
Yeah, it was really like, what are we doing? It was a mix of what if Girls Gone Wild was also extremely a racist propaganda movie.
Yeah.
Against Middle Easterns and Asians and of all kinds. And this is horrible. And Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month that we have here in America. And I'm like, oh, this is even worse. This is worse.
Is that in June?
Yeah, it's right now. Yeah. Oh no! I'm sorry. That was May.
No. We see this 4 or 5 times. There's so many shitty segments this evening in between matches. This is a really awful episode of Raw. Let's carry on with a really awful match. Farouk and Steve Blackman taking on Mark Morrow and Jeff Jarrett.
Ross, you never say it's a terrible episode of Raw until you get to the end. This is how you con people into watching the rest of the whole movie.
This is so bad that you have to watch it because it's awful. It's awfully bad. Farouk and Steve Blackman, the worst tag team in wrestling, taking on Mark Morrow and Jeff Jarrett with Jacqueline and Tennessee Lee. I mean, what a cluster this was.
Who put these people together?
Farouk and Steve Blackman.
I believe they saw Jacqueline, the pride of Tennessee. And then they saw, it's Tennessee Lee. Let's combine these two together. We've done our tag match tonight.
Yeah, Jackie's now Mark Morrow's new main squeeze, he calls her, doesn't he?
Yeah. His new girlfriend, who Jim Ross is, I don't know if it was this episode or not, but he was like, I seen them canoodling in the back. And I was like, the way he said it, I didn't like it. I felt like that was nasty. It was gross. And I was appalled by it.
I mean, it fits with the JR profile of today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really lent into that character in his old age.
My favorite thing about JR in these retro episodes is whenever he promotes the WWE.com, he doesn't seem like he's fully behind it and believe this is just a fad in the internet.
He's got no idea what the internet is he?
Yeah, and I think he still has the same stance today. I believe if you go to Jim Ross, it's like, the internet's never going to take off.
What do we do? We have more fun with DX, don't we? That black dude in the street, he was really hyped to see the money. He was crotch chopping and all sorts.
In the street. He could have got run over doing crotch chopping, but no, he didn't care.
He was so excited to see DX. Yeah, we see some more racist bits from Triple H taking the piss out of Guy's turban and asking if it keeps him dry. Did he say that? Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know.
Awful.
I started to tune all this out because I was like, how much more of this is we getting? This is ruining my childhood of what I thought DX was.
Oh, do you know what? This
now I know who they are. And it's like, oh no, I was one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
as bad as these were, and as racist as these were, it still doesn't compare to the worst segment of DX where they got in a fighter jet and then pretended to skywrite WCW
God.
sucks.
Oh.
Yeah, the acting in that was
so bad.
Very bad. And we get quite a good match next, actually. Owen Hart versus Scorpio. Good wrestling match.
Really
between
good
two good wrestlers. One of the best matches we've seen on Raw.
Blown away by this. This is honestly the most modern match I've seen. When I was like, oh, this is really good. They're just doing arm drags. They're doing, takedowns. They're kicking up and doing all that stuff. Like, this looks like a regular match. You put this on right now. They're getting random. This is awesome chants. And
you still got it,
Table. Yeah, you still got it. We want table.
Yeah.
And
some beautiful moves. Owen hits a lovely bridging German suplex. He always had a really good. That and the Fisherman he used to do, they were really good. And
he had a Northern Lights
power
as well.
bombs.
He had a Northern Lights, much like Alicia Fox, but
not as good
as good.
as Alicia.
Her bridge, it looks like a real bridge. Like, and I bet you the base of it, like if you tried to jump on her, it wouldn't.
I'm gonna pitch to WWE. We need the Memorial Alicia Fox tournament called the Northern Lights Alicia Fox Memorial Tournament.
That's the trophy, just Alicia and the Northern Lights.
I'm assuming this match will have to be in Canada to get the Northern Lights. I don't know.
I believe it has to we have to set up a ring on a bridge.
They give AEW ideas. They'll fully do that. I'll get Martha Hart in to give the award out as well. And we get a shot of the American Badass Undertaker arriving at the arena.
This is a recurring theme now, where we just get regular dressed Undertaker, like Undertaker the Man.
I was uncomfortable with it. with it.
This is completely breaking kayfabe. I'm not ready for this for 3 years at least yet.
Yeah, he showed up in sweatpants and.
Yeah.
I was like, you just don't look like you smell very well, and it just looks like, oh man, this guy looks like someone's dad walked to the ring, got to go to the school on his off day or something, and was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Got him.
And he proceeds just to ruin the rest of the matches for the rest of the evening, basically. Come down and chokeslamming everyone until he gets his hands on Vince. The first match he ruins is Chains versus Darren Drozdov, which I didn't mind the fact that he ruined it, I'll be honest.
I don't think we ever got a rematch of this ever again, and the Undertaker.
I believe we do. I believe at some point we do.
He robbed me of a classic. Just saying.
Yeah, Undertaker comes out, chokeslams them both. Droz looked all right. I don't remember Droz as a wrestler, really. I don't remember a lot of his matches, but he looked fine for a guy.
I don't remember a single thing Droz did other than, his name is Puke. His name is Puke. That's his whole legacy for me. And then I think he joins the Legion of Doom. That's my entire Droz legacy. And
the only other thing I remember from him is he's with Animal trying to talk down Hawk from Jump Foot hanging around.
We'll
yeah.
We'll get to that in a few months' time.
Yeah. That's what I remember.
We get McMahon and the Stooges. Darnell Autry and George Martin. Who are they?
Yeah, I was
running back, was he?
I was questioning who are these guys and were they a thing at the time? In 1998, were they a thing? Were they actually?
Did George Martin write the Game of Thrones books?
Yeah, I thought he did. Yeah. Doesn't look like he's old enough to do that.
What's was it when he first started writing? Now we are today where he looks like trash. I'm pretty sure they look similar. These two guys, I don't know why they were in charge of the Humanitarian Award. It seemed like they were. I was so
they didn't look like they were humanitarians.
No. Manny, can you take us through the next segment, please, with DX and the Nation and LOD and everything else that happens? Because I absolutely hated this little segment. It was so bad.
And you think I didn't? Triple H starts to try and cut a promo on the Nation, and then they're interrupted by Sonny and the LOD, who interrupt because they want tag team title shots for some reason, even though they don't deserve them. Helmsley grants them the tag team title shots, despite not being
Wordy,
Despite not being either Road Dogg or Billy Gunn, both sides are then interrupted by DOA.
Who remember that they've actually been robbed out of their title shot, don't they? Finally.
Yeah. And then they have a then they have a DX huddle, decide what's gonna happen, and then they just say suck it. And then Slaughter comes out to resume his role of being annoying to settle the matter. And he decides to make a triple threat tag team match.
Which JR and Cole at this point seem amazed that there's going to be 3 teams.
Yeah.
And they could tag whoever they want. They seem their minds are blown by this concept.
Now, is this the first one you guys have seen, or is this the first ever triple threat match?
Maybe it is.
Maybe it's the first triple threat tag match.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure. I don't know if there was one before this. And I know Jim Cornette invented the triple threat match, I believe. And he was still in WWE at this time. And this may have been the first one.
Maybe that is why JR was making such a big deal about it. Because I thought, why? We see them all the time.
We get it on every day. It's 2022. Like, if you went to the past and you talk to Jim Ross, oh, what's the future like? Oh, we have these phones. We have the computers in our pocket. The world is still kind of divided. And get this, every week you get a triple threat match.
And think, we have Jim Cornette to blame for that.
One guy has to disappear out of the ring for a few minutes at a time. We're at the end of Roy's War. Let's enter the War Zone, and we start with 2 big absolute hosses in Vader taking on Mark Henry. This is just a big boy battle, isn't it? I like this.
Oh yeah, this was good.
I like this sort of stuff.
I enjoyed this. Is like a kaiju battle right here, and I was expecting this to be absolutely horrible, but I was also invested in just seeing what are they going to do with each other. Two of the biggest dudes ever.
Come on, man. Mark Henry is horrible at this stage of his career.
This is the best match he's ever had to this point because he gets a really big slam on Vader.
Yeah, I think he should have thanked Vader as in this is great because I was like, oh man, it got to show how agile Vader is, showing how Mark is, and it was well put together.
He caught Vader off the middle ropes, didn't he? For the old like the twisting power slam. Well impressed by that. I didn't think that young Mark Henry could do that.
Because
and then out comes the Undertaker.
Right? Somebody was distracting him.
Yeah, and then the Undertaker comes down and chokes down both guys. That's just.
I really thought Vader could have put up a better fight.
He could have, couldn't he? I mean, he was in the title picture not that long ago, and he's just getting choked down like a punk.
I wish they just got together and said, "Why don't we jump him? He's sweatpants, for God's sake! Sweatpants and flip flops."
We see a clip of Over the Edge where Mark Marrow pinned Sable with a roll up. The roll up.
This is the start. Wasn't there a Sable promo package after this of like Sable leaving and being like, "Goodbye, Sable"?
I thought she died.
Yeah, they did. I forget.
I think this is later in this episode, because like she's walking backstage with a little briefcase on wheels behind her, with the worst sad music ever.
Yeah, I thought that I needed to like donate now and help Sable, help your local Sable as they are being brutalized and beaten. And I was like, oh man, she's dead.
It was so bad. They played it as if she had died. I mean, she just got pinned. Sorry, folks. She won the match.
Stupidly suckered in.
She got outsmarted by Mark Merrow.
Yeah, there you go.
Ross, I'm glad you sat through Over the Edge so you can give us a full breakdown.
He's already done it.
Here.
He's already
done it.
I know. That's what I'm like. I'm glad he did. Full breakdown of the story here. The drama of it all.
I don't know why I did that. I really regret some decisions I made.
This was the match that inspired Wardlow and MJF right here. To try to you get your job if you win, but this went the wrong way for Sable. Damn.
Is MJF the Sable in this? He's a massive star right now. Sable was huge this time. We get Dan Severn taking on D'Lo in the match. Dan Severn is so bad. He's not a wrestler. He can't run the ropes. He fumbles some basic moves. He's a good actual wrestler, but he's not a sports entertainer. And he's probably the furthest thing from a sports entertainer.
Yeah,
he's Samoa Joe before Samoa Joe.
He's Timothy Thatcher without the ugly looks. I don't know.
He's Timothy Thatcher with teeth.
Yeah, and class.
A fabulous mustache. He does have a great mustache. I'll give him that.
I mean, at this point, if they were going to make an Iron Man movie in 1998, I would have cast Dan to be Severin as Tony Stark, just so it could be terrible.
He submits D'Lo with a bow and arrow. D'Lo just taps out immediately, trying to get over.
I thought he would do a legit move. Like I feel like I thought he would do something that would be legit instead of like I'm gonna pull your arm, I'm gonna pull your leg, and you're gonna be like sell it.
He just stretch you and it'll hurt.
yeah. That's how. That
would be Severin. Breathe on me. I'm tapping out.
I want to be honest. If Dan to be Severin said, "Hey, Marcus, I want to pull your arm and leg back," I'd be like, you know what? I really need this. I need to talk to my chiropractor anyway. I need to break something.
Crack that back for me.
Yeah, just can you put that move on me? Just to be Severin.
After the match, Owen Hart comes running down to jump Dan the Beast, and then Ken Shamrock limping like a beast. He absolutely sells that leg, doesn't he? Limping down to the ring. He forgets for a moment when he gets in the ring, but then he sells it again as he gets out of the ring to chase Owen through the crowd.
Return in the favor of the save. But I like Shamrock. He does a good job at selling and firing up and stuff and just acting like a psychopath. Good baby face.
Yeah. We get Dustin Runnels taking on Val Venis.
He's no longer Goldust. He's no longer Goldust.
What did he find God? Was it just under his bed one day and was like, "Oh shoot, a Bible. I'm gonna be God. I'm gonna find God now. Forget all the sinning I've been doing before. As Goldust. I'm gonna just be praying for my matches."
Yeah, I'm just gonna do black glove Dustin Runnels.
There's thousands of born again Christians out there. One of them is my aunt who believes I'm the devil. Which is great. Shout out to you.
The layers of what someone has to believe to think you are the devil. It's really like, you think it's me? Me, of all people, of all the billion people on this planet, I'm the devil? Fine.
But before the match, Val compares himself to Rodman because both people are called the Worm. Like, I get that for Rodman. Worms are good for getting rebounds, but do you want to be called the Worm if you're supposed to be a porn star?
Man, I don't know,
That's not the nickname you want to be after, I don't think.
No, and I think he needs to talk to his agent and his PR people about why, this is the Worm. Maybe that's why he got to the business of pro wrestling. They start calling him the Worm, and he kind of was like, "No, I'm not."
The work's dried up. The movie work's dried up. Can't wrestling.
The Worm. Val Venis asked the Worm.
These two have got a good match.
Val Venis.
It's not a bad match these two have, but I couldn't get over the fact that Val he's balding. He's thinning so much on top that he's really trying to hide it with his long lank locks. Like he's fooling himself. Just shave it off.
Well, he keeps this going for the next 20 years of his career.
He does.
He finally cut it off. Before he joins the right to censor and gets the buzz cut. But that's one thing Val Venis has is bald.
Obviously, the match doesn't finish because the Undertaker comes out and chokeslams them both.
Huzzah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You think Vince wanted Undertaker to stop ruining his show, wouldn't you? But...
Well, I don't think Vince cares. He is the Humanitarian of the Year. He's a giving man, and it's not like he gave a fuck about this show anyway.
No, true. He was there for one reason tonight when he didn't care what else happened.
It's set up. And Jim Ross kept calling it a setup.
We get the first of our Supersoaker commercials. We get one next week as well. This week's DX, and they sprayed Doc Hendricks and grabbed the camera guy, I think it was.
Yeah.
To do the sell for them. They're so bad. Everything DX does is so bad.
At the end of the day, they did their job. At this day, I still wanted that Supersoaker to see how powerful that motherfucker was. It seemed like it was a good one. It seemed like it was a good Supersoaker. I ain't seen one that good in a long time.
True. It did actually save that guy, so yeah, fair enough. It lives up to its job. But yeah, everything DX do are terrible apart from in ring. Like, if they just wrestled, great. That's fine.
Sometimes. I don't know about that sometimes.
We
get Undertaker assaulting Slaughter backstage.
He deserved it.
Yeah, Slaughter's in the way.
Slaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the last day he served as commissioner at this point. When the Undertaker killed him off right here. Take that, you fraud. You phony.
So then we get our tag team title match. The Outlaws taking on the DOA, taking on the LOD. I quite like triple threat tag matches where anyone can be tagged. Throughout the match, I was saying, well, if the Outlaws are this smart, why don't they just get both of them in the ring and lay down and pin each other? And then that's exactly what happened.
I knew this was going to happen, but I thought this happened in a different way.
I totally forgot this happened. And when they tagged each other, I was like, are they actually going to fight each other? No. And I was like, oh, that's a smart move. Wow.
Yeah,
this is why. And I was wondering in triple threat matches, I was like, we've never seen this. I've probably never seen this again. And never since, because the LOD and who's the other team? I'm blanking out. DOA looks so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They're going to fight each other. We did it. Yeah. You guys got to do it. Oh, shit. We just got to the tag team titles. They did the thing that they should have did.
Yeah, it just makes sense. Like, anyone could have done that. Yeah.
How does that go in the record book, though? How does that go into the record book?
I don't know. Does that mean Billy Gunn's got a pin over Road Dogg?
It seems really dumb that this is a loophole in this match.
Yeah, it should be allowed, should it?
I'm assuming the athletic commission has stepped in and fixed this match. I believe the Titan Sports have come in after seeing this moment, going like, "No, we're never doing this again."
Well, I think they would have. Slaughter's been murdered in the bag.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even see it. So it probably happened one more time. Oh, we can't do that.
Next week when he finds out what happened. We cut to the back and there's loads of policemen that have shown up and they surround the Undertaker. It just looks weird. Like, Undertaker's beat him up. They're only little.
All right. How many weeks in a row have the cops showed up on this show? Because I feel like it's every single goddamn
week. Third week now.
Yeah. It was Austin first, when then it was McMahon, and now it's the Undertaker.
I just don't understand how people say, "Oh no, you betrayed the police as villains." The police were villains back in '98. Every week when they would take Steve Austin and the Undertaker to jail.
We get an Al Snow segment. He confronts Lawler. He still wants his meeting. I like his little tuxedo t-shirt. I'm always a big fan of those. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's just another Al Snow segment. He'll get into the ring eventually and wrestle.
I don't know where this is leading.
No, where is this leading?
Yeah, like I was like, is Lawler and Snow going to have a match at one point, or where is this going? Where is this going? Because we got this for what, a few weeks straight.
Yeah, it keeps happening, and yeah, it doesn't get any better any week. Our main event segment of the evening is the Humanitarian Award ceremony for Vince McMahon, hosted by Kevin Kelly, of course. Mm-hmm. He's in the ring. But yeah, Vince and his Stooges come down. And Austin's out, and he's dressed up. His black tie.
Classic Austin.
A black tie.
I like that. Yeah, Heyman, was it Vince said to him, "This is a black tie affair. What does it look like?
What does this look like, dumbass?" This show is so just built around. I can see Vince McMahon going, "All right, Vince McMahon booking the show. How do we do the show? I get the Humanitarian Award. Austin's gonna be there." And we're figuring it out after. Okay.
And then Kane and Undertaker will come up, and Mankind will be there, and there'll be some fire, and there'll be a casket, and end.
You have to be on cocaine to write this one, right? Like, the man gets a Humanitarian Award.
Yeah.
Casket comes to the ring. That's the man I thought who was arrested earlier. Both men come out. Steve Austin's freaked out, but it's JR's caught in a trap the whole time.
Chaos. Absolutely chaos. Austin steals $1,200 out of Vince's pocket. Just gives it to the Hulk Truth. I mean, that's just theft. Like, there's police backstage.
And then the Humanitarian guys, they were, the athletes or whatever they were also accusing Vince of not paying the money.
Yeah, being a cheapskate.
Like, we finally got the money after months of traveling. I was like,
Vince does his great over elaborate gulp as well when they say he's looked cheap and not paid up. He's such a good actor, Vince.
He's and then Austin has that look of like, you son of a bitch, you cheap bastard. Just staring him down.
And then so the lights go out. The Druids wheel a casket down to the ringside and just leave it there. Mankind shows up and runs over Austin. Then Kane comes out of the casket and joins in beating down Austin. it's just a bit of chaos, really, to end Raw.
Yeah. And as I watched this Raw's retro, or Raw back in the day, I realized Mr. Kane has a lot going on for him these days, and he's like the number one tag team contender. He's the number one contender for the belt.
Yeah.
He's has brother issues with the Undertaker. He's in every storyline. I think he's even he might even be. He was involved in something else too, and I'm going like Kane is just busy. He's just busy these days.
He had a mask versus mask match with Vader a couple of weeks ago over the edge.
Yeah. They're all in on Kane.
Really
They're all in on Kane.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean, Mankind's back to being Mankind as well at this point, which is weird. Like, he's been Dude Love and he's been Cactus Jack recently, and he's back to being Mankind again.
Yeah, and I thought he was just vicious for some reason. I was expecting like a playful Mankind, because I'm more used to that at this point.
Yeah.
He was kind of violent when he was coming out to jump Steve Austin and stuff. Like, oh, he's violent, he's dangerous. I forget.
Yeah, well, there we go. That is that episode of Raw. It was absolutely shite. It was terrible from start to finish.
It could be worse. Let's call it next week.
Manny, your match of the night, if there is one.
Owen Hart versus Scorpio. Great match.
Yeah, I have to agree.
That's a well done match, but I gotta go. Big meaty men slapping me. And I gotta go with Mark Henry versus Vader. I can watch Owen Hart and Tuco Scorpio in any given match of the modern era. This match is just still two big men slacking me.
True, yeah. MVP, Marcus, who's your man of the show?
Ooh. I mean, there's part of my soul that wants to go with Dan the Beast Severn, just because he made some saves and stuff, but by DX being disqualified, I'm gonna go with the old trope of just give me Stone Cold and Vince every time it's a cool MVPs of the show.
Yeah, I mean you can't really argue that any week. They've been fantastic every week so far. It's Vince for me, definitely. Manny, what about you?
The New Age Outlaws.
Oh, really?
Using a loophole to win a match makes you one of the three eyes, which is intelligence. So therefore, they are my MVP of the week.
Wow, well done. Yeah, that is fair. That is a good pick because they outsmarted the world. They beat the triple threat match.
They beat those geniuses, the DOA and the LOD.
I hope they fired the ref that was counting. I think it was Mike Chioda, but I hope they fired him. Because why did you make that count?
Right, there we go. That's the episode of Raw is Retro. You can find us on YouTube at Dash Up Shooters. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, share the video, do all that stuff. It's down there, Manny, somewhere, isn't it?
No, but the YouTube link is up there.
Oh, no.
Is it in that corner?
Oh, it's at the top.
It is, yeah.
That corner over there. You can find us on Twitter at Sharpies Network. You can find us on Facebook. Just join the Midcard Mess. We're all in there. We all talk regularly. We're all across all the social medias. You can catch these boys back on Saturday with Eric, who will never appear on this show for reasons.
Hashtag bigot.
Yeah, I don't understand. We were raised in the same household, but it came out so different. I don't know. Maybe it's a 4-year gap.
Manny and Marcus will be back twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Join the show, join the chat. It's really good fun. Get involved with. I mean, it's mainly just me and a couple of other guys in the chat most weeks, but get involved. It's good fun.
Yeah. Good old fashioned lumber chat.
Yeah, it is good fun. I watch it.
You never know who's going to get attacked next, just like a lumberjack match.
We will be back next week with another episode of Raw is Retro. We're 2 weeks away from King of the Ring. Yes, that King of the Ring between Mankind and the Undertaker. So we've got that to look forward to, which we may live stream as well.
We are live streaming.
Oh, we are. Okay.
We may.
Fair enough. Until then, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Donate to the show. Bye.
I need money.
Buy us a wheel. All right.